Hello fellow book nerds, Emmy Walker here today to do my May wrap-up. You may hear my son in the background. I'm going to try and attempt to film while they're awake now. My kids are awake because I just don't seem to have enough time, bless you, to do it while they're not awake. Since my baby does not sleep regularly, I just kind of have to find whatever time I can within a week to do it, and unfortunately it doesn't always leave me much time when my husband's off. So we're going to try to start doing it with them awake. Oh, and knocking the camera all over the place. Alright, so for my May wrap-up, I finished 2 books, and I finished 1 complete book. The first book I finished was the 3rd book in the Crestomancy quartet, well, the Chronicles, but this is just the quartet. I only have 4 in this one here. The 3rd book was called Witch Week, and I had finished most of it last month, but I finished maybe, I think like 40 or 50 pages in May, so technically I guess I considered it, I finished it in May. This is Finn. I don't know if you've met him before. You haven't, I don't think I've shown him before, but that's Finn. So I don't know if I've described this to you before, but the Crestomancy Chronicles circles a man named Crestomancy. He's not just a witch, he's an enchanter. He's very powerful, much more powerful than witches. But this is pretty much just stories about him. He doesn't always make, he doesn't always follow him, I guess, but he always makes some appearance so far. Witch Week is about one of the worlds that there's a bunch of different what they call anywheres. I think Crestomancy actually named them anywheres. One of the anywheres is where there are bad witches, and they're good witches, but every witch in this world is to be burned at the stake. Yeah, they're, by law they should be killed. And so this basically is, Witch Week is about there is a witch in the classroom. It starts off the beginning and they're trying to find out who this witch is. So far for me, this is my least favorite of the 3 I've read. There's 6 total, I believe. I can't say that I didn't like it. I was always interested in it, but it didn't grab me quite as much as the first 2 I read. And I found myself kind of drifting a bit until we actually get to see Crestomancy. Once I knew he was going to be in the picture, I got really excited, and because I love his character, and so it was very exciting to have him in the book. But before that point, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, let's get going. Come on, what's going on? It felt like it was kind of just, it didn't want to do anything for me. But I still did enjoy it. I liked certain things like, because witches are viewed as so terrifying, or not terrifying, but so terrible, they're swear words, you know, be like, you know, I'm so witching awesome, or something like that. Like witch was used as a swear word, and I thought that was kind of very clever, and like I said, it did keep me interested enough that I didn't, you know, fall asleep or anything, but it was really when Crestomancy made his appearance that I really got excited about it, and that was almost a little over halfway through the book before he finally, you know, makes his appearance. But. And I think I gave that one a 4 stars or 3 stars. I'm sorry, I'll mark it down here. I forgot my phone, so I can't remember what I rated it. Then the next book that I finished was Sea of Shadows by Kelly Armstrong. For me, I gave this one a 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't hate it, but I didn't really like it either. It was slow. Getting into the action was very slow. I found that there wasn't a whole lot going on. It tells you the back that it's about these 2 sisters who were involved with kind of keeping the spirits at bay, and they are separated, but to sorry, it's okay. But you know, I'm under. Yes, you are under. By the time they finally get the separation, it's almost halfway through the book before they finally get separated, and then it's about them getting back together at this point, and it was very slow. I felt like they could have condensed a lot of it. I didn't really care for either of the girls either. I didn't really find any type of connection to either of them. The only person I really did enjoy was Gavriel. Ronan wasn't bad either, but Gavriel I thought was pretty cool, which is funny considering how it turns out. But I did enjoy Gavriel's personality, and I did like the slow progression of the relationship between Moria and Gavriel. Sorry, it's really shaking. My son is having a lot of fun shaking this computer, or the camera. So sorry for the wiggles. Another thing I really didn't care for were the Bond beasts. Both Moria and Ashlyn? I forget her name. I think it's Ashen. Anyway, they both have these creatures. One's a big cat and one's a big dog, but they're supposed to be, so at birth, they were put in, Moria and Ashen were put in a room with these 2, and if the cat and dog did not eat the kids, then they were destined to be the keeper and the seeker. But if not, they would have been killed. But anyway, so that's like the significance of these Bond beasts. However, they did nothing but protect them. They didn't have any like special abilities. It didn't really seem like they were anything special. I don't understand the purpose of these bond beasts. You could do the same type of training to a dog, or maybe not a cat, but a regular dog. You could train a dog to protect you and to warn you of others in the area. So I don't understand what the purpose of these bond beasts were. So I don't know, I thought that it was kind of useless. However, I do intend to continue on with the series despite my 2-star rating. There was enough of the fantasy aspect and there's enough mystery to keep me intrigued, that, and especially the way that it ended. I really want to kind of see how it turns out. And I'm hoping that the pacing isn't as slow as we continue on. If it does continue to be so slow, I might just put the whole trilogy to bed, but for now, I am interested enough to see how it continues on. So hopefully the pacing will pick up. This is, I believe, no, it's not a debut novel. I don't know, but either way, but it's just, I've heard that her other series are better, Kelly Armstrong's. So hopefully this was just kind of her way of getting into the story. So maybe she's just kind of weaving her way through the writing of this. I don't know. So those are the 2 books that I finished this month. Technically 1 and a quarter, but I'm not disappointed in that. I've said before that some people don't even read a single book. My husband is a perfect example of that. The only thing he really reads all year are Muscle Mustang magazines, and that's pretty much all he gets. So I'm not gonna be disappointed that I only finished 1 and a quarter, 2 books. We'll call it 2 books since I finished them both in May. But yeah, and you also know that I've been trying to get back on track with the reading, so yeah. Slowly getting back into the groove of reading. It's hard to do with 2 kids. It's harder even now with them not sleeping properly, so yeah. Let me know down below if you read either of these books. I love to discuss books that I've read with other people who've read the books. It's part of why I do this. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I will see you later, book nerds. For me, so far, this was my least favorite of all of the Chrestomanci books. Yes, honey? What's up, baby?
Mommy, it's a topic.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Christmas tree?
And the candle.
Oh.